Tribune Audio Network.
Piping hot and fresh off the grill. Welcome to Let's Taco Bout Food. Chatting local favorites and hidden gems. Here's your host, Taco Tory.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Taco Tory, and here with me is Brody Waddell. He is one of our digital content producers at WQAD News 8. And today, thank you, Brody, by the way, for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So today, we are going to talk about different foods you can eat for Thanksgiving, for some last-minute preps if you're listening in the right amount of time frame before Thanksgiving. But if not, maybe plan ahead for next year. And then we're also going to be talking about some different holiday foods you could eat for Christmas, maybe just random things you want to eat after Thanksgiving if you don't feel like eating any leftovers. So yeah, so stay tuned and hope you guys enjoy. So Brody, what do you want to start with?
Well, we have quite the spread here on our little table here. If you are listening, you can't see it, but I'll describe it to you. We have some cereals that kind of would make like a fun, this is a little bit of like, we'll have to mix a little Christmas in this as well. Maybe like fun little gifts you can give. We have obviously some Milanos here. Now these are peppermint flavored. That's like, good for Thanksgiving too. In the November time you have
Exactly.
your candy canes, and then they also have, we have some different flavors of that. Of course, we have chocolate and white chocolate covered pretzels here. And we have a couple different cereals, some Eggo waffle type cereals, and then of course what recently went viral, this Twinkie cereal, which is very
interesting. Looks good.
And I have not tried any of these yet. And then you have like some mashed potatoes here.
Got some mashed potatoes. So we're gonna make some kind of a recipe, a pumpkin mashed potato recipe. Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot of different things that you can make it with Worcester sauce. The original recipe I found called for miso paste, but I couldn't find that.
Miso paste. Like you're trying to make ramen or something?
Right. And I'll post that on our website as well. And then we've got some salt, some cinnamon, some parsley, just things that you can mix in with the pumpkin mashed potatoes, things you can top on. And then we also have some bread here and some scones. We'll put some butter on that.
Butter, yeah, don't forget about that.
Yeah, we can't forget about the butter. And that'll be part of family tradition. We'll talk about that here in a moment.
Of course, yeah, we always need, everyone has their own, like their family has their own little weird different things that they do. I know we're going to get to that later, but my family, like a big deal is like candy making. So I'm really excited to talk about that. Like they make all different types of stuff. It's a little... most people do the cookies or like the main dishes, and so for us, it's like the candies and fudges. So that's really cool. But we should start with something here before we get to talking too much.
Right, exactly. So do you want to start with Thanksgiving coming up soon? Do you want to start with the mashed potatoes?
I'm super intrigued.
All right.
And a little disturbed by these pumpkin mashed potatoes.
Right. So the original recipe I called up, it's from SteamyKitchen.com.
Steamy Kitchen.
Yes. So the original recipe called for, I believe, just like a 15-ounce can of the pumpkin. I don't think all that pumpkin is going to fit in these mashed potatoes, so we'll kind of have to improvise a little bit. And I'm not actually good at using the can opener, so Brody, if you want to do the honors.
I got you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't trust myself with the can opener.
I absolutely love pumpkin-flavored stuff. Like, it's one of my favorite flavors. Like, when pumpkin spice season comes around, I get real excited. And I love pumpkin pie, and especially
me too.
Pumpkin lattes,
pumpkin shakes,
all of it. It's so good.
Pumpkin everything.
All right, this is not cooperating with me. You're right. All right.
I could find another one if we wanted to.
I don't know. This is just not. All right, here's what we'll do. I think I got it. All right. Yeah. Well, I am opening these. Pumpkin is kind of a classic around the holiday time. That and like apple. It's honestly one of my favorite seasonal flavors. Everyone always makes fun of me They're like, uh-oh, all the pumpkin stuff, Brody, here, it's time.
Yeah, I get made fun of too with all the pumpkin lattes.
Yeah.
When Dunkin' and Starbucks released their pumpkin coffees in September and August, I was like, yep, I am on board for that.
I don't understand why people make fun of people that like that. It's like, it's different, you know? It's only one
Right.
time a
Thank
year.
you.
It's not like all the time we're like, oh, let's eat these, drink this stuff in one flavor.
Right. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop just a little pumpkin, maybe a couple spoonfuls of it. I think if we put in too much pumpkin, like I was saying earlier, it might be a little bit too much, so.
Yeah. So you literally just like spoon it and mix it in. So would you like normally put this, like mash it up with the potatoes when you're mashing them?
So normally, the original recipe here, it called for like a bag of potatoes, like a 2-pound bag. I couldn't find that at the store, and they only had a 5-pound bag. So I was like, yeah, no, that's a lot of potatoes.
That's
so
like, that's like for a Thanksgiving day.
exactly.
That's a lot.
So again, we're just kind of improvising here. So sorry about that.
Yeah, mush them up. Throw a little butter in there too.
Yeah, I'll put a little more.
flavorful.
Put some more butter.
What's
in
with
there
all these
too.
different seasonings and stuff we have here?
So
And hey, what's this called?
Worcester sauce.
Worcester sauce.
That was supposed to be so instead of the miso paste.
Yeah.
It's
like the same thing.
Yeah, the alternative is
I was
Worcester
hoping
sauce.
you'd struggle a little bit more. People usually do.
Yeah, I thought I would struggle with that word too.
I've always like heard it like Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Here, so I'll just put a little bit more butter in.
Yeah, put some butter,
here.
some pumpkin. And just turn it into
Yeah.
a weird combination of potato and pumpkin color. I imagine it'll be almost
Yes.
entirely orange by the time we're done. It's just so weird.
Probably should have
to
got a
me to-
bigger
to
spoon.
mix those flavors. I know you were just talking about mixing pumpkin with like cakes and pies and coffees, but to mix it with potatoes just seems sacrilegious to me.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting. This would have been a segment on Good Morning Quad Cities. I think this would be a good segment to do. So that will be mixed in as much as possible. So there's some seasonings like cinnamon and ginger. We don't have to put all these in here. It might be a little weird with the.
Strong, a lot of seasonings.
Yeah. So
Throw it in there.
yeah, we'll throw a little bit in there.
Season it up.
Yeah, I think what they were reading on the recipe, the Steamy Kitchen article, is they were just testing different seasonings and different
Right.
salts and stuff. So they were just kind of mixing things around. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of each seasoning just to not make it super strong. So I just put some
that's yummy.
ginger in there.
Ginger, and while you're doing that,
Cinnamon.
where's home for you during the holidays?
So home is I'm from Downers Grove, Illinois, western suburb of Chicago. And I actually I lived in Peoria for about a couple years, so I spent some Thanksgivings there too and some holidays and stuff.
You're a Midwest girl, huh?
Midwest girl, yep. Went to Monmouth, graduated in 2015. So yeah, I've been kind of all over the place after graduation, but yes, put some Worcester sauce in there.
I'm from Monmouth. I know a lot of Monmouth people.
Nice,
It's
nice.
a good town, a really good college.
And that's where you're from, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually excited. I get to go to Downers Grove for the holidays this year, so I haven't.
That's awesome.
We go to the city in the Chicago for my mom's side of the family, and I haven't got to do that in a few years.
I was
So
going to ask, you have a big family? It's a big get-together? Is it a big deal in your family, like the Thanksgiving and the holiday thing?
yeah, it's a pretty big deal. My mom was born. She has like 10 other brothers and sisters. So yeah, we have kind of a big party on Thanksgiving. But not, of course, not all my mom's relatives are there because there's some who live in Georgia and can't make it up. But it's also going to be my first time doing a double Thanksgiving because I'm going to spend part of it with my boyfriend's family too.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I haven't had like 2 Thanksgiving meals in a day before. So
Looks like people have been getting into my snacks here. I think I know exactly who it might be, too. But
yeah. So I
while
actually
you're
cannot get this open.
yeah, you work
You
on
don't mind
that.
opening
While
on
you're
that.
doing that, let's try these.
Yeah,
Milano
absolutely.
and Pepperidge Farm were nice enough to send me several of their seasonal flavors.
Thanks, Milano.
Yeah, that was nice. I'll hold this up for the camera to see. So this right here is Irish cream, which sounds fascinating. Would you hand me that other cookie? I'll give that a try.
Here you go.
you.
You're welcome.
Not much on that. So this is now becoming an ASMR podcast. I heard your crunch.
Crunch
Okay.
loudly.
That's pretty yummy. I'm not a big
It's good.
Milano cookie eater. I know everyone says they're like the nice fancy cookies. But those are pretty good. All right, so I can
Yes,
get
I
this off the
agree.
table. This is the Twinkie cereal. I haven't tried it, but Hostess was also nice enough to send me. Well, Hostess and Post. Their Twinkie cereal, and as well as we have some Eggo stuff here. Now, you probably would not have this around Thanksgiving, but this is like kind of a fun, like if you have people give candy and snacks and like stockings and stuff like that. So this might be like a fun little thing to give to people that maybe they wouldn't try on their own. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. They both look delicious. Obviously, I'm not going to say they don't.
Mm-mm.
But especially this Twinkie cereal, because, you know, everyone had been sharing that around on social media. And now you can get these kind of at any grocery store is what they told me. And they should both be out right now, but they have those different flavors here. We have the home-style waffle, and then, of course, we have the blueberry waffle right here. So, if you're interested in that, try it out. They exist. I did not know that they did.
They exist.
That's right. Now I'll open this Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. But while I'm doing that, everybody, well, I don't know about everybody, but I certainly like to have me a few adult beverages around Thanksgiving and Christmas time.
Same here.
And I know I sound like a broken record here, but Steel Reserve was nice enough to send over their, like, sort of, I mean, you probably, if you know what Steel Reserve is, you know what Steel Reserve is, you know what I mean? But they have these sort of, they just launched a new flavor. It's not like a holiday sort of thing, although they are all adapted now. By the way, this is the new flavor. They sent me the spiked strawberry burst. They were very excited about this. I have not tried it yet, but I did have two of their flavors the other day. I believe it was like the tropical blast and then some sort of berry thing. And I mean, they are tall boy cans for those of you listening. So they're kind of perfect. You can just get a couple of those and sip on them if you don't like drinking the regular beers and stuff that are probably going to be around.
I can't wait to try those.
Yeah, would be good here. But I had two of those and a shot of tequila one night, and it was a fun night.
That's fun, yeah.
Yeah. And I did not know this, but they told me that, and you could find these in like most gas stations around here, like Casey's, Airco, 7-Eleven, all those places. So
Nice.
you don't have to go to a specialty place. But what really sets these apart, and what made me kind of like them, I've been showing them to everybody, and they've been chuckling about it a little bit, is it says these funny little things on the back for when you're supposed to drink them. So this one on the spiked strawberry burst, it says, when your aunt gets too flirty with your boyfriend. That's funny. And then here's my favorite one here on the hard pineapple. And these are 8%, by the way, a big old huge 24-ounce can. And on the back of this one, it says, when you get asked why you're single for the third year in a row. One of our reporters, Marissa, earlier, she joked, when you get asked why you're single for the 23rd year in a row.
That was funny. That everyone was reading those in the newsroom today. It was great.
Right. See, journalists can be clever, too.
Yeah, exactly.
They can be funny.
Journalism can be fun, folks.
That's right. So, while you're telling people about that, I'm going to get into this other Milano flavor. Now, this might be something that they do every holiday season, the peppermint, I mean, the candy cane. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not like a Milano cookie eater usually. Like, I can't, because if I eat one cookie, I'm going to eat the whole bag. And I'm trying desperately to watch my girlish figure, and a whole bag of cookies is really good for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch myself, too.
Well, it's all going out the window here in 2 days. We're recording this, by the way, on Tuesday, just 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Well,
Those last-minute ideas.
that's right, they're last-minute ideas. But what I really want to talk about is, like, our Thanksgiving traditions. And that's why I was asking you before if it was a big deal with your large family. I have like a medium... Oh, I can already smell that peppermint. I have like a medium-sized family. But it is always like a big deal. Here, try this
thank you.
Absolutely. And I know it's like a cardinal sin to eat and drink while you're recording a podcast, but we like to take risks here. So this is good looking. It smells like a York peppermint patty, actually.
It's good.
It's not like pepperminty, yeah. And there's just like a little bit of a red coloring, as well as the other like Milano colors you come to expect, like the vanilla wafer here, cookie thing, and then the chocolate. So let me try this. So it tastes like somebody mashed up a bunch of Andes mints and then spread it onto a Milano. And if you're like me, that's not a bad combination.
I heard that crunch.
That's right. Nom nom. So there's those. Delicious. I'm sure they sell hundreds of thousands of these cookies, man, around this season. That's
Yes,
crazy.
that sounds good. Here, that Worcester sauce is open. I'll
Yeah, that's right.
pop that open.
Use that. So this is definitely turning into something over there. I see.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like
We're winging it here.
looks like cheese mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm kind of mixing this up here, so we'll go to our just like some family traditions too.
Yeah. Like, so the day of Thanksgiving comes. You've driven all the way up to, driven. Drove. You've droved all the way up to Downers Grove. You get home. You do whatever. Now it's Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. What happens? What do you guys do?
So one of my brother actually, he is autistic, and he lives in Evanston, which is north suburb of Chicago, and he's actually going to be in town for Thanksgiving.
Who?
So he'll come up with us with my aunt and uncle's house who live in Chicago. So we'll do that. It's usually a late night, since there's so many of us in our family. It's kind of a late night.
Yeah, you're telling me you have like 8 uncles?
Yeah, like my mom has 10
Jeez.
brothers and sisters.
That is crazy.
Yeah, my dad has a few brothers, like 3 sisters.
Jeez, you guys
So,
roast
like,
like 4 turkeys and cook 5 meals.
Can't remember how many turkeys we roast, but we do, have a lot of, we do have a lot of turkey. We have a lot of sides, like mac and cheese, some taco dip. But the one favorite I like is pretzel jello. Strawberry pretzel jello.
Like with the pretzel crust, or like they're in the jello?
So they're kind of like in the jello, and then it's also like a pretzel crust. It's like you can kind of make it differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how my aunt makes it, which is really good. I kind of learned her recipe is, you crush up some pretzels, and you put that at like the bottom as your crust, and then like you put some cream cheese in there, and then some jello, some strawberry jello, and some pretzels, like solid pretzels. You mix that in there, and
I think I've had something like that. You're right, that is
so
pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you
it's
put
like
it in the fridge.
a fluff on top almost, sort of
Yeah,
thing?
it's kind of like a fluff. Yeah.
Okay.
So good. Yeah, it's
That
like
is
this
pretty good.
creamy, just like melts in your mouth. So.
And then you get like the salty pretzels. It evens it out. Yeah, I know exactly
Yeah.
what you mean.
Aunt Janet, if you're watching this, I better be expecting some
Yeah,
pretzel
she
jello on
says bring
Thursday.
some of that stuff. That's exactly right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always have several foods that I look forward to. Is it more like in my family, it's kind of like, it's not like a potluck style, but everybody almost kind of brings something. Like whoever is hosting, like we go over to my aunt's house out in Burlington, Iowa, actually. And so there's like 3 different branches of family there. If you don't include like complications from different marriages and things of that nature. So it's like a relatively decent sized, not like 10 and 20 relatives like you have, but a lot of people. I'd say there's probably like 20 people that'll show up, and everybody will bring stuff, but there'll be a lot there, and then everybody kind of like brings their own alcohol, but whoever's hosting will have a lot of stuff as well.
That's good.
And we do turkey and ham.
Ooh, turkey and ham.
And ham, yeah. More as of late, there's been I know there's a lot of debate as to which is the superior, like, main course. And I'm in agreement with a lot of people that it's really hard to make an entire turkey that can feed a lot of people properly.
Oh,
A lot of times it's, like, dry, or there's not a lot of flavoring.
Right.
And I kind of just prefer ham. It's usually it's a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what we do, but that's kind of our thing. In terms of like cooking anything, or like what I look forward to the most, I'm a real big corn casserole guy, or like a corn
Ooh.
souffle, some people might call
casserole,
it.
yeah.
I love that stuff. So I always look forward to that. And besides that, like the candied yams, or like I don't even know what you call that. Where it's like the sauce with like the yams chopped up, and then they like toast like marshmallows on top of it.
Oh yeah, that
stuff
sweet
is
potato
good.
casserole.
Yeah,
that is
that
so
thing.
good.
That's
We
pretty
usually
good
have that too. Yeah, so good. I'm trying to think what other foods. I just know we've had some good mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is
one of my
good.
favorites.
Like the bakes, or like the
Yes.
those are always pretty good. And then there's always like a little wild cards that come out like that somebody brings. I think in our group chat the other day, somebody said something about bringing some Irish bread. I was like,
Ooh,
what is
oh my
Irish
gosh.
bread?
But like the Irish soda bread with the
Yes,
raisins
and that's what it was. I had no idea. So I'll have to try some of that. I did
it's
actually
so
go
good.
and look it up. I'm not ashamed to say. I was like, I need to Google this. What is this?
Make sure you put some butter on it. It's good with
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah. Yeah, I put butter on everything that I can.
Nice. So another family tradition involves this bread right here, but I don't want to get into that yet. I want to try these potatoes first.
Right. Yeah, let's try these.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the.
It looks pretty yummy.
It does. Yeah, I'm gonna take the first spoonful here.
Yeah, you go for
Let's
it.
see.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I taste the pumpkin.
I'm a little scared.
I think I just taste mostly the potatoes
And the seasonings.
and the seasoning.
Try a little bit of everything here. There's just the slightest off orange tint to this. It almost looks like the potatoes have gone bad. It smells spicy and pumpkin-y. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm just gonna... You're right, it's mostly potato.
Yeah,
But we didn't make this to the exact proportions either.
that is true. I'll post the exact recipe, courtesy of Steamy Kitchen, so you can make this a little bit more accurately.
Yeah, that's so weird to have like that spice you expect from like a dessert, pumpkin dessert,
Yeah.
mixed with like the potato.
Right. It's
But
it's
it's
definitely
not-
different.
It's not terrible. I don't mind
No,
that.
not at all. Yeah. Probably could have used another spoon too, like a better spoon to
Yeah,
mix everything
mush
in
it
there,
up
so
and
it's not.
really measure it out. That's
Yeah,
right.
another spoon. I'm hungry.
Yeah, try her out. And then I'm trying to get the crinkle away from the mic here, but the Snack Factory, I'm sure you guys are familiar with these. So for the people watching, they can see we have chocolate-covered pretzels and white chocolate-covered pretzels.
I'm looking forward to those. Those white chocolate's
Yes.
my favorite.
I know, these will be good. So we'll save those for last since we're most
Okay.
excited about these. Now, originally I did have 2 bags of these. One is mysteriously missing. I wonder how that happened.
Uh-oh.
I need to start locking up all these neat little snacks I get. I'll pop this open. Oh, yeah. Smells good right away.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
this one looks really good, and I want to eat it, so I'll give it to you so you can
All
have the
right.
best looking one.
Oh, thank
Look
you.
at that.
Oh, that looks really good. That
Mhm.
looks so pretty.
All right. So here these are.
Smells
just a little
peppery.
pretzel. They're not like the round pretzels. It looks like the thin
Oh,
pretzel
yeah.
crisps that have
Mhm.
been covered here. And there's a very healthy amount of candy
Yeah.
cane on them.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go ahead
Alright.
and take a bite here.
Yeah. Try it and let me know what you think, and then I'll try it. It smells good. It's very like a darker chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It is
Okay.
good, yes.
It's exactly what you expect from a chocolate-covered pretzel.
Exactly.
It's got that dull sweet right off the top. Then you taste the salt. And then there's the peppermint right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these are yummy. You could put these out in a bowl. Sure, a lot of people do. Which brings me back around to what we were discussing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
In my family, maybe not as much for Thanksgiving, but definitely leading up to like Christmas time and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandmother and my mom and people like that, you know, other members, some of the kids, me, make like candies and fudges,
Mm-hmm.
like divinity and like different fudges, usually a chocolate and a peanut butter,
Mm-hmm.
and then different type of like yeah, we'll do homemade like chocolate covered pretzels or white chocolate.
Right.
While I'm talking, I can open up these white chocolate ones because those are the ones
Yeah,
I'm
sounds
excited
good.
to. But we make those, and it's a very complicated process. And then also that I don't know what it's called, like the glass candy.
Uh-huh. Oh, I think I heard
You
it.
know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Where it's
I
like
think so.
it's usually like greens and reds, and then like the yellow, and then the
Oh, thank you.
like usually there's a root beer one, so it's like root beer flavor.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
lime,
Yeah, those are good.
The butterscotch, and then you
Oh,
cover
I
it with
love
a
the
little
butterscotch.
powdered sugar. We make
Uh-huh.
those from scratch too, and those are so good.
Oh, wow.
Okay, these white pretzels
Sounds
look
so
kind of
good.
just the same, but
Yes.
messy. Oh yeah, that's good. But divinity is just like fudge.
Mm-hmm.
If you never had it,
I've had it before. Yeah,
Mhm.
Divinity's good.
oh, this one's way better. I love
Mm.
that aftertaste of the white chocolate.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just like rich. You just know right away that's the real white chocolate, not just like that white confectioner's nonsense.
Mm-hmm. No, that is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Divinity, I love it. It's like a white fudge. It's like a little bit of a different consistency, though, isn't it? I think they're using more marshmallows in it or something.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think Divinity
Yes.
is a really old-timey recipe, too.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember trying it at this candy place in Downers Grove. I don't think it's there anymore, but they had the Divinity, and it kind of had like that old-fashioned feel, and some of the candies were kind of like that old-fashioned feel, so
Yeah,
that would make a lot of sense.
that's kind of how they used to make this type of stuff. But yeah, all the different candies. And then, of course, we have to do the cookies, too.
Oh, yes.
But it's just like a really, like a good memory for me, like a good tradition that we always kind of do. And then you can always look forward to eating it, but it's also kind of making it. That's like
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the fun part, you know?
That's it's very fun. That's why I like baking so much. This is all the fun stuff, getting
Yes.
it ready. And
You get to be around like family and people you care about. Mm-hmm. We may not like be around each other all the time during the year, you know, or be able
Right.
to make time, but like especially around the holidays, like for me, I just associate that so strongly with being around your family and like your friends and people you care about, and just like really
Right.
taking the time, be like, hey, what have you been up to? Hang out like old times and just talk
Yeah.
about life and have fun, you know.
yeah, for sure.
I think there's something incredibly healing about being around people that like care about you and that you care about. You know, like it almost like recharges your batteries.
Yeah, I agree.
Like when you go home to be around family and then you just leave and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go back to everyday life and stressing out
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But for that time, you're a relief, and then you can kind of handle it to make it through the rest of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I love being around family. And speaking of family, I actually visited my relatives in Peoria over the weekend because I was watching their dog Dottie for a couple weeks, and
Yeah,
so
that's right, Toddy.
and so I took her back to my boyfriend and I took her back to Peoria over the weekend, and so we got to meet up with my aunt and my uncle-in-law, and we got to spend some time with them. It was nice outside, so we got to walk. But my aunt was nice enough to give us some scones here. Thanks, Nora.
Sweet. Yeah, thank you, Nora.
So, and kind of going into like the family tradition too. So we'll go ahead and have some of these scones. They're cherry scones. Really
cherry
good. Nora made these too. Really good.
Sweet. Yeah, let's get these in the middle. We got so much stuff to try. It's like
I
in the way.
know.
Here we go.
All this stuff here. So while we do that, so one of the family traditions, which I'm most looking forward to with my mom's side, is we go around the table and we break apart a piece of bread and we say what we're thankful for.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's kind of like that good energy of like being around the family, like you were saying. It's, it's a nice refresher. And some of these relatives I haven't seen in like over a year,
Yeah.
so it'll be nice to
exactly.
see them again.
And
So
it really like forces you to kind of slow down and think and be like, okay, what really do I have maybe that I overlook every day that I can actually feel good about and be thankful and grateful for?
definitely. Brody, if you want to start, if you want to do the honors and start, tear off this piece of bread
All
and
right, I tear it off
say
and
what
then
you're
I just say
thankful
what
for.
I'm thankful for. Oh man, I gotta have some muscles for this. Smells good. Well, I'm thankful for a lot of things. To where like I'm thankful that I enjoy my work. You know, we have the freedom to and the encouragement to be creative and do things like this, where we have our podcast, we get to try all these foods. I'm grateful every day that I wake up in a good mood and that I feel good, that I have my health. I'm grateful that I have the strength to deal with all the problems that arise in daily life and like to support my friends and family when they need it too. Like I have a little bit of that extra strength I could give away. And I'm grateful that I even have people that I care about in my life. Some people, they don't have, a Thanksgiving dinner that they can go to or like anything to look forward to on Christmas. And I'm like thankful for the opportunities that I have and just things that I'm able to do because of some of the privileges that I've had and some of the hard work that I've put into the past to get me to kind of where I am now. So that's what I'm
Wow.
thankful for. Thank you.
Oh, that was deep.
I know I had a lot there.
No, that was good. Yeah. Now go ahead and eat.
Now I eat it. I take a bite.
Put
All
some
right,
butter on
Let me
there.
put some butter on this sucker.
I'll go ahead and tear off my piece of bread here. That's why I love hearing these speeches too. Just like going around on the table
Yeah.
and hearing my
These are
family
ideas for
talking
you
about
too,
this
and you're like,
stuff.
wow, really?
Yeah, it's just so heartwarming. Okay, so what I'm thankful for is I'm thankful, to have a job where I can come in and express some versatility. I came in here thinking I was just going to be producing a newscast, and I had the opportunity to create a podcast, which is something I would not think I would ever do. So I'm very excited about that as well. I'm also excited to get to meet a lot of wonderful people at work and just around the Quad Cities and everywhere too. You know, everyone is so helpful. Everyone's so nice. I'm also thankful for family, you know, like I've been saying earlier, just getting excited to see the family, especially those I haven't seen in over a year, maybe 2 years. So that'll be exciting for a fun night. I'm excited. I'm thankful to have some more food on Thanksgiving, have a double meal, get to know my boyfriend's family a little bit better. And that my brother will be home, so that'll be nice. There's just so many things, you know, like my friends. I'm thankful for them. A lot of my friends, you know, are about 2.5 hours away, and we're like an hour and a half in Peoria, but it's nice, you know, no matter the distance, no matter where you are, it's always good to have those true friends there, and they're always there by your side. So, yeah, so that's pretty good. Yeah.
It's a lot to be thankful for.
I agree. That's why Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, not just because of the food, even though I love food, but just...
Yeah, or the days off. Those are nice, too.
Yes, for sure. Just kind of going around and everyone saying what they're thankful for, and it just helps. It's just like an extra day, you know, to be appreciative of what you have, and, you know, everyone surrounding you, so...
Exactly.
I agree.
And then go freak out the next day trying to get all the best deals.
On Black Friday.
Black Friday. I am going to go. My little sister asked me the other day, she's like, when are we going to go Christmas shopping? I'm like, I guess we can go, I guess we'll just go on Black Friday, maybe. That's a good time to go, just because, you know, not like early. I'm not trying to go to the rush or get anything crazy, but usually throughout the day, it's more like the atmosphere. All the shops are set up right, and then things usually are. Almost everything is on some kind of a sale or some kind of a discount. So that's like a good day to go, you know.
I agree, yeah. Some good deals. I actually have not done a lot of Black Friday shopping recently in recent years, just because I've been either working or just too tired and wanted to sleep. Last year I was working overnight shift. So I was just really tired, and I remember I was solo producing Good Morning Quad Cities, so I was working for about a 12-hour shift, and it was a little rough, so
was it not fun?
Drove up to Downers Grove the next day and was like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
That's right. I need that sleep. My goodness.
This is good.
That's right. It was yummy. I love bread. Toast it up. All right. I'm ready to dig into these scones. What's up with these?
All right, so these are some cherry scones. My Aunt Nora made them. Yeah, she loves making scones, and yeah, she made little heart shapes.
Aw.
She likes to make them fun. She lived in London for a few years. She went to school there, and so she was really in love with the English traditions and stuff like that. And they eat scones. Scones are really big over there.
Yeah.
And she likes to have tea too. Usually scones with tea. That's good. Yeah, we don't have tea here.
Tea and biscuits.
Tea and biscuits.
Tea and biscuits.
Tea and crumpets.
And crumpets and scones.
Let's eat these scones, mate. Cheers.
No, they're soft. I was expecting it to be harder. I can taste that cherry in there too. Yeah, those are yummy. I feel like I'm eating a lot of bread and junk right now.
I know. It's the holidays, Brody.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, those are perfect around this time.
All right, should we kind of wrap things up with with some of that alcohol there?
Yeah, you want to try one?
Yes, let's do
We'll
it.
just split one because these are big, and if we both drink one, we'll be feeling pretty good. And I still have to work. You're done. Which one should we do? Should we try the new flavor?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do the new flavor.
All right, so this is the spiked strawberry burst. And on the back of this one, it says, when your aunt gets too when your aunt gets too flirty with your boyfriend. You're supposed to drink one of these.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. My aunt certainly has never gotten too flirty with my boyfriend, because I've never brought a boyfriend over. She's not going to flirt with any of my girlfriends.
One of my aunts, she just kind of jokes around. When she met my boyfriend, she was like, "Oh, you mean my boyfriend?" Calling you out, JoJo.
That's funny. Well, this smells great. Yeah, I'll take me a big old swig of this real quick.
Sounds good.
I just want to go on the record as saying is I worked out today.
Oh, okay,
And
nice.
I had not gone to the gym in over a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to know, Tory, Taco, that on the one day after a month that I worked out, you were like, let's eat these cookies. Let's eat this bread. Let's take some butter. Here's mashed potatoes. Let's drink this booze. Okay.
All those calories, I guess.
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah, I need to
that's
get
gotta
back
be
in
time.
working out in the gym too, so I just haven't had the chance to.
It really
Me
makes you
too.
feel a lot better about what I like about it, especially around like Thanksgiving time. I mean, I'm kind of a meathead like year round. I mean, to be honest.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Yeah, isn't that good? But it helps me to digest all the food.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't move around, like it takes days. You're just like, ugh. And especially
Ugh.
because you're gonna eat again just as bad the next day, and then the next day, and then usually you run out about like by the end of the next week. But
Right.
I mean, a week and a half of just like stuffing yourself, gorging.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll catch up with you. So just moving around a little bit. That's my holiday tip from Brody is to just do some form of movement. Digest that food. You'll be less miserable, and then you'll have room to like stuff more in there right away too.
That's a good excuse me, holiday food for thought there. Excuse me.
And I don't know about you, but I'm not a regular Steel Reserve drinker. I honestly not even really. I mean, I've seen them in liquor stores and the gas stations, but I never picked one up just because. I mean, when I go to get malt, I mean, I think this is like a malt liquor.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go to pick something out like this, and I know the Steel Reserve people are going to be mad at me for saying this, but usually I reach for like a Four Loko if I'm in that type of mood. Four Loko or like Mike's Hard.
I've never really had a Four Loko. I think I
Yeah.
only had it like one time.
What? It's a rite of passage. They're pretty good. You just can't drink too much. They're really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like these here are 8%. Four Locos are usually the same size, but they're like 14%.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they're pretty good, but this is pretty good. I might have to switch over to these.
That sounds good. Yeah, Four Loko was
they
big
are,
at
yeah.
Monmouth.
Yeah,
Like my freshman
they
year.
did like that stuff, but they don't
Yeah.
have caffeine in it anymore, so it won't make your heart explode
That's good.
when you're drinking too much.
That is good.
Yeah, these are definitely yummy.
Well, sounds good. Well, thank you. Is there
Well,
anyone else you want to talk about?
we have
Really?
to
Oh
try
yeah,
this
we
cranberry
gotta try the
sauce.
cranberry sauce.
Talk
Yes.
about- I don't know if you have the facts and figures up, but
No, I can pull that up
I
really
read
fast.
somewhere, and I really wish. I mean, we work in a news organization. I'm like a half journalist, and I can't even quote any sources right now. But according to my sources that will be soon discovered by our fact check finder over there, cranberry sauce is the most disliked Thanksgiving food.
In a can, yes. No, in a can.
The can specifically canned.
Yes, specifically canned.
And I can concur with. I don't believe I've ever actually. It's always been at every Thanksgiving that I can remember. This canned stuff, and it was only ever like the grandmas and stuff that were eating it.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So
Don't mind me. I'm typing in the
have-
computer because my
yeah.
phone isn't working.
I have
No
never
signal.
tried. Yeah, there's no service in here. I've tried many different foods
Oh, I'm not connected to the
in
internet.
my lifetime. Yeah, I know there's no service, in here, but I'm pretty sure. I want to say like Wallet Advisor or Grubhub or Wallet Hub or something like that. Sorry if I'm butchering your internet name
Oh,
company
that's-
that gave us that information, but it says easy to serve. You just sweep flat knife around the inside edge of the can, invert, and shake.
And shake.
Well, I guess let me open this guy up.
All right.
Oh, I have the can opener.
Oh, okay.
Would you like another sip of this?
Yes, I would like another sip.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Take a swig. Because otherwise I'm going to have to drink that on my own, and I'm going to be feeling pretty good right in the news. Here we go.
Yes, that is good. I'm gonna have a little bit, some more bread here while I
Yeah, have
while
that
we wait.
bread. And I'm opening this. Yeah, let's try this. I'm always down to try new things. Just like I do on my... Oh, here we go. On my TV show called Date Night Dining with
Oh, yes.
Brody.
Date night dining.
I'm sure a lot of the people that will listen to this probably have seen that show, but if you have not... Oh god, this is
Another
like a,
sip of this.
This
This
is
is
like
so
a,
good.
yeah, it's good stuff. This is like a weird... I'm gonna dump this on here. But I go around to different restaurants in the Quad City area and then all over the place, honestly. Like, just about anywhere, like in eastern Iowa or a lot of Illinois. I mean, so I'm always looking for ideas. as long as I can get there and back within like 4 hours, because it takes like 2 hours to actually shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if we're super efficient.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's not going.
Oh, man.
Doing the bottom here too.
Okay.
And the most recent place I went to was actually a Halloween special. It was Igor's in Rock Island. Igor's Bistro, Food and Spirits. And they were pretty good. I mean, they're not like an extravagant restaurant, and they're not like gonna break your wallet. Yeah, that's not going. I'll pull it out.
Okay.
But it's just like a really good, solid, like you could go there every day. I mean, obviously around Halloween time, it's gonna be the best.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, it's Halloween themed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, God, look at that. It's disgusting.
Oh,
looking.
man.
It's just like
That
a
looks-
gross, like that. It's just like shaped like the can.
Oh, yeah, it looks just, yeah.
All right,
Wow.
well, let me
It's
turn
been-
this over and then try to
Just
slice
slice
it with
it up.
these forks.
Yeah, I forgot to grab a knife from the upstairs
That's all right.
break room. Kind of improvising things here.
Yes, we are. Okay. Well, I'll use the one that I got my paws all over, and you can have this
All
one.
right, thank you.
Yeah.
It's sliding.
Yep.
Do you watch The Simpsons, Brody?
I used to, yeah.
I don't know, for those of you Simpsons fans, the other day, on Sunday, they had the Thanksgiving of Horror episode.
yeah.
Kind of did like Treehouse of Horror, you know, when they do the 3 Halloween episodes, but they did the 3 Thanksgiving episodes
Yeah.
this year. And one of them, I don't want to spoil too much about it, but one of the the mini parts of the episodes has cranberry sauce involved in it, but...
Because everybody dislikes it. Yeah, let's try it. It doesn't smell bad.
Mm-mm.
It smells like, I mean, like a jelly you just put on toast.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think I've had jellied cranberry sauce in a can before.
Ugh.
That's good, yeah.
Ugh.
No, you don't like that?
I don't like the texture.
I think it's good. I'm not very picky, but I think that's good.
The flavor's not horrible, but that texture was not pleasant. It's not quite, it's like a grainier gelatin sort of thing.
Yeah, I can see that for
There was
sure.
like little particles in it.
Yeah, it looks kind of gross, but once you taste it, it's
Yeah.
to me it's just not.
They say the fresh stuff is way better.
Yeah, I like the fresh stuff
But
probably a lot better too.
That with something would be pretty good. I guess if I was
Yeah.
eating like a lot of salty stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not overly sweet either. Yeah, that's just all right. I don't know if I'll
Yeah.
reach for any of that when Thursday comes around.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll probably I'm sure someone in my family will bring some fresh cranberry sauce and maybe, or if they bring the can,
Yes.
mix it up a little bit, make it good. So,
That's the way to do it.
all right. That sounds good.
Yeah, well, this has
Yeah.
been fun. Thanks for having
Yeah.
me on. We had a lot of stuff we needed to try.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on, Brody. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I hope you all did too. Whether you're listening or viewing, I'm hoping you had fun either way. We hope you had fun. So thank you for tuning in or listening, watching, and we'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.